welcome you aboard our flight. When you find your seat, please be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in the front row, please place all of your items in the overhead bins. If you have any trouble finding a location for your carry-on items, please let a flight attendant know and we will be happy to assist you. After you put your carry-on items in the overhead bin and it is full, make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Also be sure that the aisle is clear and sit down so that way other passengers can get by you. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please review the exit seating responsibilities and the safety cards provided for you. Please make sure that you are able and willing to perform these actions. If you're not, please let a flight attendant know so that way you can be received. Feel free to use your cell phones during the rest of the boarding process, but we do ask that laptops, tablets, and any other larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart from the gate. Thank you, and welcome aboard.
What's going on, YouTube? Back for another flight.
We're sorting out an issue with someone's baggage. It shouldn't take too long. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Welcome aboard flight 78.
All right, we'll let her do her thing before we get all set up here.
Our flight time will be roughly 46 minutes. Please note the cabin door is now closed. We ask that you make sure that all devices are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your tray tables and seatbacks must
We're going to go to normal checklist here.
Position for departure. Cabin crew, prepare doors for departure, cross-check, verify straps, and stand by for all calls. Cabin crew, prepare cabin for departure.
All right. So she's all done with her thing back there. Right now we got our avionics switch off. Our battery is on. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to power up the aircraft here and go through our checklist. Today we are a Citation CJ4 with service to Nassau, Linden Piddling International Airport, all the way up to Marco Island Executive Airport in Florida, just south of Tampa Bay. Really cool little retirement spot, it looks like. So, yeah. Gonna do that. All right, before engine checklist. All right, battery switch is on. Emergency lights switch armed. Standby flight display switch is on. Avionics switch is on our dispatch as it indicates here. Go ahead and turn on our safety light and our seatbelt light.
May I have your attention, please?
Parking brake is set as right here.
Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time.
Wheel chocks are not modeled, so we'll go ahead and remove that. Cabin door is closed, as we can see right here. Passenger briefing is complete. Seatbelts and pedals are armed. Exterior lights as required, so we're going to go ahead and do our beacon and our nav light. Let them know outside we're going to be ready very shortly here. ECAS system has been checked. FMS check. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and set up the FMC for our flight today. So what first we're going to do is we're going to go to the airport that we're going to be flying out of, which is going to be Mike Yankee, November. To Marcos Island Executive Airport, which is Kilo Mike Kilo Yankee. Copy that into the scratch pad, and that is our exact set position. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our departures page. Make sure we're on departures from Nassau, which we are taking. What are we taking today? So it's going to be runway 14 is our departure runway on the Freddy 2 departure. And then Nico transition. Execute that. I'm going to go down to our flight plan. From Nico, we're going to want to go direct to warp. So it's going to be Whiskey Oscar Romeo Papa Papa. Direct to warp from Nico. Then direct to Swags. SWAGS. Direct to Fortl, FORTL. Direct to Avkov. Execute that. And then we're going direct to Marco Island International Airport in Florida. So on our arrivals page here, we're going to go and we're going to plan for the RNAV 17. That looks pretty good. Take that. No arrival, so no stars. Standard instrument of arrival. Execute the RNAV 17 for now. Go to our legs page and see if we have any disconts. We do have one there. So in the real world, this discontinuity would be here due to the fact that before they go into their arrival, which their first fix into their approach is a JAMO. ATC might vector them out to go to fly a certain heading until they intercept that RNAV or that localizer. But we're not flying with ATC today, so we're going to go ahead and just fill in that discontinuity and execute it. Back to our legs page, we shouldn't have any more discos, and we don't. Cool, legs. So let's continue our checklist. We go to our index here, and we're going to go to, actually let's go to performance. Make sure our performance initialization is set, our perf init. Cruise today is 300, so that's flight level 30,000 feet. Today on our weights, the block fuel today is 1185 kilos, so we're going to say 1200 kilos. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 passengers today. Now let me check something here. So 1185 kilos would be about 2,600 pounds. So we're going to go ahead and make it a little bit more. That 2,650 should work out good. So that's 2,651 pounds of fuel. the total max takeoff weight is going to be takeoff fuel is 1131, which comes out to that, so that is correct. Our payload is 1,000. So that's 2,200 pounds. So payload is 2,200 pounds. Which we're a little bit out of CG, so we'll make it 18. Zero fuel weight is 5670. And our total max takeoff weight, which is our tow weight, total max takeoff weight, which is 6,800 kilos. Just 14.9. So we're roughly in the right, just about the right category. I mean, we're a little lighter by a few hundred pounds, and as you can see, the passenger's weight changed, so that'll work. Oops. Drive the center of gravity there. Let's actually increase this a little bit. Make it as real world as we possibly can. There we go. 1496. We're at 14,991. So that'll work. Cool. So our CG is a 35.90, which works. Okay. So zero fuel weight. Let's make sure this is correct here. Uh, 5670. Call that. So roughly 12,000. 12,500. Passengers, we're gonna, I believe we have, how many passengers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at an average weight of 167 pounds. I totally forgot. What happens here is when you enter in your zero fuel weights, it already calculates that in here, so you don't have to manually add your passenger weight or your cargo, anything like that, because all that's factored into the gross weight and zero fuel weight. So under VNAV setup, 240 on our climb. 240 is good. 250 above 10,000. Our transition altitude in the United States is 18,000, but here in Nassau, it could be different. So let me go check something here. So it is 18,000 feet. Okay. Transition altitude 18,000 feet. Next page. Cruise 300 knots at flight level 300. All right. So perf init is set up. Fuel management. Flight log. Okay, a lot of this stuff is not even modeled. Takeoff. Runway 14. runway winds, which is 241. It is dry conditions. According to our METAR, we have temperature of 30 degrees. The altimeter is 298. And if we go to the native weather, go ahead and tune on ground. Let's see if we can get the ATIS. So as you can see, the information is here. Temperature 30 degrees, so our METAR was correct, dew point 10. Altimeter 298. Beautiful. ILS runway 14 is in use, which is the runway SimBrief has given us. Landing and departing runway 14. VFR aircraft say direction. All right, just waiting on our advise controller. You have information. Charlie. All right, we just need to let that replay again because we've got to see what the winds are. So the runway length, as you can see here, is 11,128 feet. So we got plenty of runway. Alright, whatever. It's not doing it. Cool. Go here. Go to SimBriefs. We'll put the average winds, which is 048 at 3. 3 knots. There it is. Okay. AI is off. Flaps are always 15. V1 99. V rotate 100. So at 100 knots, we're going to rotate, and we are going to send that information to our flight system. All right, it says completed. Now we're going to go back to our legs page, and our FMS is pretty much set up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to clear that. Climate control selector is off, which is indicated here. All right, checklist complete. Throttles at idle, which is checked. Which one more thing I need to do. Controls. Let's go with Citation. CJ4. Let's just double check. Oh, that's not good. All right, let's go back. Switch it back to where we had it. Looks good. Throttles in the idle position is checked. Engine starter button to push. All right, so now what it's saying is we're going to go ahead and start our engines. First, we'll start with the right engine. As you can see, the N2 is coming up. We're looking for N15, and then we're going to introduce fuel into the engine. 15 is there. Run. Pilot heat skin, come on. Engine to run. ITT is on the rise, which you can see.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your complete attention to the flight attendants as they demonstrate the safety features of our aircraft.
Fuel in pounds,
You will notice a
1325.
light illuminated above your seat. When this light is illuminated, please fasten your seatbelts low and tight across your lap.
There's the
To
ITT.
fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight as we may experience unexpected turbulence. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor-level lighting will guide you towards the exit. In the event that the cabin loses pressure, an oxygen mask will drop right in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull the mask towards you. Place it firmly over your nose and mouth and secure the elastic band behind your head.
ITT has risen. ECAS has been checked. Should we go back to check our messages here?
If you're traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask first and then assist others. Keep your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it. In the event that the pilot decides to take us for a swim,
Opposite
a
engine.
life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Pull the strap to tighten. To inflate the vest, pull firmly
15.
on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If your life vest does not
Run.
inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. Each vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Please securely stow all personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are all in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight, and that includes vaping. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors
Everything looks
located
good.
in the lavatories is strictly prohibited by law. All of this information can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. Please read it and let a cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us again, and we hope you enjoy your flight.
Alright, since our engines are running and we have two good engines, we need to disconnect the external power, even though it's not modeled right now, because our generators are on. So at this point, what we would want to do is we would want to go to, I believe, the index page here, and we're going to go to it's not status. Let's go to the mod data. Legs. Which is one thing too, we could check our waypoints here. Yep, very straightforward. Good. There we are. Okay, so what I'm looking for now is I'm looking for advance. No, that wasn't it. It's under index. Data link. Not under data link. Status. This all looks good. Can't remember where it was. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Alright, screw it. Maybe I'll figure it out. Okay, so external power has been disconnected. Electrical systems have been checked. And our startup procedure checklist is complete. Avionics switch is going to go on. change our barrel to 29908, which indicates there. Same thing with our backup here. Emergency lights are armed. Climate control to normal. That has been checked. Passenger light safety button is on, as we can see here.
The cabin is ready.
Trim is good. Flight controls. Full left, full right, up, down. Rudder. Flight controls has been checked. Speed brakes checked. Flaps set. Flaps 15 and indicating there. Good. Now taxi. Hydraulic pressure has been checked. Engine anti-ice, don't need that. It's not cold enough. It's 30 degrees out. Takeoff data is set and confirmed, as we can see here. VR is 100 knots. Avionics checked and set. Autopilot. We will engage the autopilot, and then we will disengage.
Autopilot.
So we just did that. Great. Altimeter is set to 998. Pressurization has been verified. ECAS has checked, and doors are latched. Taxi lights. We're going to not turn the taxi light on yet. We're going to let our guy push us back here, which called a tug. And we're going to go ahead and kill the parking brake. We go ahead and go to the lower menu, and we're going to scroll down here to our checklist. Arc rows, plan, controls. First go to charts. Checklist, passenger briefing systems. Okay, I got that. All right. All right. Charts are loading up. Runway 14. Huh, it's going to be a quick taxi. So let's go ahead and reverse. Damn, got rid of that guy real quick. So we'll go ahead and do our elapsed time. Turn our traffic advisory system on, as well as our weather system. See, he's got some traffic in the area here. So like to be on this format instead. Back to our checklist. Exterior lights as required. Brakes good. Parking brake is released. Nose wheel, flight instruments, all checked. Ice protection system, check. Don't need it right now. Rudder system is good. Seats, upright, flaps are set to 15. Speed brakes, 0%. Trim is 3. And crew briefing is complete. Before takeoff. Alright. TCAS. Go to our tuning system here, and we will set our TCAS in a minute. As of right now, let's taxi over to runway 14. So we go ahead and pull our charts up here for our taxi. Uh-oh. Thought I lost her there for a minute. Dude, what the hell? Is that real? There's no way they have that there. What the hell is that? Got a big old sign, runway 11? Yeah, that's... Oh, that's funny. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That is interesting. Yeah, that's definitely not really there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and hold short up here at the hold short bars. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to controls here. The rudders are very sensitive, so let's go to rudder. Let's go to sensitivity. It's just super sensitive. So let's turn the sensitivity down to maybe negative 40. Negative 39, let's try that. And let's turn on our... Whoop. Let's try that. Oh yeah, much better. Alright, let's go back to our checklists. TCAS. TARA, that is checked. Strobe landing lights and logo on. Radar GA button push. Battery amps good. Ice protection, don't need it. Pilot heat, which we have it on here. Exterior lights as required. ECAS is checked. For takeoff, now takeoff throttles into takeoff mode and one command. Brakes, wheel. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and clear all that after takeoff. So we're going to go through our after takeoff in a minute here. Let's go to our charts here. Let's go to our departure. Which is the Freddy 2. RNAV. Oh yeah, I forget it. Every time you exit out of into the menu, it deploys your speed brakes and your flaps to 30 degrees, which is pretty annoying. Microsoft, let's try to fix that, please. Thank you. Clear to the right. And full power. Pay attention here. And we're already at rotation speed. Rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Pitch up 10 degrees. Left turn. And flaps clean. Autopilot, yaw damper, nav. Flight change. Overspeeding a little bit. Forgot to set the altitude.
Altitude.
A little bit of bumps here. All right, so we are currently in climb. Landing gear up, flaps up, and climb at 244 is fine. Checklist. Gear up, flaps up, climb throttles, which is indicated. Yaw damper is on, autopilot as desired, ice protection don't needed, and passenger lights. Go ahead and kill the logo. And what are we at altitude wise? We're at 5,000. We'll keep the landing lights on. After takeoff checklist completed. Change this a little bit. Moving the camera away from the airport. Excuse me, moving the camera away from the aircraft.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet.
10,000
Now
feet.
turn on your larger portable electronic devices, such as is also a reminder
Landing
to
lights
keep your
off.
seatbelt fastened while you're seated and do not congregate in the galleys or near
Let's
the
make a right turn.
This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. You will be required to pay a
Pressurization
small
has
fee if you
been
wish to
checked,
access
and
it.
altimeter
We offer complimentary in-flight TV, thanks to our
not past
partners.
18,000 feet.
Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live TV and paid movies library.
Alright, you are in climb.
Altitude.
$30,000 feet. Going into ICM conditions, possibly. As a precaution, go ahead and turn our anti-ice on. As we're going through the clouds. Man, look at that. Ooh. $240 on the climb. Go ahead and pick that up to 250. See, it's dropping us a little bit on our pitch. Altimeter, standard baro. Standard. That has been checked. After takeoff checklist complete. Cruise throttles as required. Pressurization is checked and anti-ice protection is currently on. You can probably turn those off now. Go ahead and turn anti-ice off. Absolutely love this aircraft. $23,000. Aircraft here. got some other aircraft in the area here. Man, look at that. Whew. That is beautiful. A little bit of a right turn here. Coming up to flight level 300 very shortly.
Altitude.
Go to our passenger briefing here. Move the charts. Alright, so now we're holding 30,000 feet. Our speed is climbing. Strobe can come off. So it seems pretty smooth out, so we're going to go ahead and cut our seatbelt sign off. Get our chart set up for our arrival. Which is the RNAV, runway 17. So what we could do, since we're in cruise, we're going to go ahead and drop this down to cruise power. Speed's coming back a little bit. That looks good. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is let's scroll down to our barometric pressure here. Nope, that's not right. And according to our charts, we want to be making a decision at 295 feet. Wrong one. Minimum's 290 on the borrow. And what we also could do is we can go to our flight pan index, go to the approach page. So departures and arrivals. So index, I'm sorry, performance, approach. So look up some information. I doubt the airport's going to be in here, so we're going to go ahead and remove the native ATC, and we're going to go to METAR for Marco Island, which is KMKY. So currently now it's 299.5, which is the altimeter. The runway length is 5,000 feet. The winds are 70 at 4. That'd be our winds, and our outside air temperature is going to be 23.3, so we'll call it 24 degrees. 24 degrees, winds in, altimeter's in. It's going to be dry conditions. RNAV 17 is what we're planning for. So our via approach speed is 111. Go ahead and send that into our flight management computer. Go back to our legs. Speed looks good. So far, so good. You see Florida's way off here. This is Florida coming up. So we're going to make sure we have our proper fixes in. So from Ijamo, it wants us to be at 1,500 feet, I believe. See where our top of descent is. It's right there. Okay. So we do have AVCOF as a fix right here, which is good. So at Ijamo, we need to be at 1,500 feet. Then AWIN at 500 feet. Alright, getting close to our top descent here. About 2 minutes. What airport is that down there? Probably see Miami too on the right of the aircraft. Miami is right there, I believe. Yep, that's Miami International. Little rainbow here, kind of. Alright, just pay attention here. Getting close. Alright, let's go ahead and drop our altitude to about 4,000. Let's go to 3,000. There's our glide path indicator here. V path, vertical path, is activated.
To assist with customs at our destination,
Speed is
flight attendants
increasing.
will begin handing out forms momentarily. Please review and complete these forms and keep them with you for presentation upon arrival.
Slow the speed. Back to our checklist here. Pressurization has been set to landing elevation. Anti-ice protection system as required. Don't need it. Altimeters we can set now, which is 299.5, so we can swap that to 299.5, which when we convert it from standard over, it will change. So we could just put this one 299.5 as well. Exterior lights as required. Go ahead and put the strobe on, put our seatbelt signs on, and put the logo light on as well.
Just turned on the seatbelt sign. Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time.
All right, approach. Descending at 2,200 feet per minute. I always wonder what this airport out in the middle of nowhere is for. Alright, landing data has been confirmed. Crew has been briefed. Avionics flight instruments have been checked. Minimums are set. Fuel transfer selector is off. We could check our fuel. 867 pounds in each wing. Steer lights as required and anti-ice. Don't need it. Flaps to 15. Alright. Don't need flaps now. Beautiful Florida Everglades. So this looks like it's going to be a pretty straightforward landing. Let's make sure we're not over speeding, which we're okay. Check our speed. Coming out to 19,000 feet. In 1,000 feet, we're going to set our barometric pressure, our altimeter. Alright, we are there. 299.5 and 299.5 here. Alright, we're going to pull back on the throttle here. A little close to overspeeding here. We'll go ahead and slow the aircraft down. Alright, speed's looking good, 245. 10,000 feet, landing lights can come on.
We have begun our final descent into Florida. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and seats are in a full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you. Please complete all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger electronics.
Alright, 18.5 nautical miles till we hit our first approach fix. Airport's over here. I believe our approach speed is 111. So let's go back to legs here and let's go back to our index, performance, approach, which is 112. $8,000 feet. All right, let's slow the aircraft down. Getting close to flaps 15 speeds. Airport's somewhere over here. Alright. Kill the music. Pay attention here. Just passing under 6,000 feet. Sure that seatbelt sign is once again armed.
May I have your attention, please?
Let that automated message go out.
Please fasten your seatbelt and shoulder harness at this time. Thank you.
There's the runway right there, I believe. I believe that's it. And get hit with frames here. Yeah, I believe that's it right there. Perfectly in the glide path here as indicated. Once we make the left turn, we're going to do flaps 15. All right. Flaps 15. Passenger briefing is complete. Seats are upright. Seatbelts are fastened. Passenger life safety is on. Pressurization has been checked. Landing gear. Go ahead and sync our heading bug. See 2 white, 2 red. Pappies are happy. So that looks good. Should be slowing down here. Let's go ahead and throttle back. We are at idle throttle. Go ahead and get a little bit of speed brakes out. A little bit more. Speed brakes out. All right. Kill the speed brakes.
Landing gear.
Laps 13.
Landing gear.
Yeah, I know.
Landing gear.
Gear down. Landing gear down, 3 green as indicated there. Flaps are 35, speed brakes are checked. Airspeed VREF is checked at 112. And autopilot yaw damper has not been disengaged yet. Got a little off the glide path there.
Autopilot. Altitude.
Check.
Minimums.
Continue. I'm gonna smash into this freaking tree here. Take that. Flaps up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Florida. The local time is 10:02 a.m. and it's currently about 88 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon. We apologize for the delay. Please coordinate with airline staff as necessary regarding connecting flights or vouchers.
Flight directors off. Landing lights off. Logos off. Strobes off. Ground spoilers are never were armed. Okay. Alright, speed brakes to 0%. Flaps are up. Pilot static heat as required. Turn that off. Ice protection, don't need that. Never had it on. Radar on standby. Let's go to our tuner. Radar on standby. Exterior lights as required. And that is it. We are done. We have made it. All right. Parking brake is set. And engine 1 shut down. Cut fuel. Engine 2 cut fuel. Nav strobe. Belts safety off. Master caution. Master reset. And that is it, folks. Go ahead and turn our climate control off. All right, folks, successful flight. A little more in detailed on that one. Definitely went through most of the procedures. That was a good one. Passengers are now getting off. Some of them are not very happy with us, as we can see. Neutral, 62%. I believe it was from the takeoff there, and the landing was a little bit sketchy. But can't win them all. So thanks for flying with me. I'll see you guys in the next one. I might be doing another one in the next hour or two. Not sure where I'm